Hi, it's me, number 11, the Lost Colony of Roanoke. In 1587, a group of about 120 English settlers arrived in the coastal area of what is now North Carolina. They established a colony which they named Roanoke. The group consisted of men, women, and children. And during their first summer, they lived in a fort made of wood and earth that had been constructed by an earlier expedition. By the following spring, though, most of the settlers had constructed better homes out of brick. They grew food, hunted local animals, and generally lived a peaceful life. In 1590, when the supply ship arrived with more settlers, they found the fort abandoned and the town deserted. All that remained was the word Croatoan carved into a post. No one knows what happened to the settlers, but there are many theories. One theory is that the colonists were killed by the local indigenous people. There were several groups of natives in the area, including the Croatoan tribe. The settlers had some contact with the natives, and there were even some interracial marriages. But relations between the two groups were not always peaceful. The English colonists were encroaching on native lands, and there were conflicts over food and resources. There is some evidence that the Croatoan tribe may have attacked the colony, but there's no proof that they wiped out the entire settlement. Another theory is that the colonists were killed by disease or starvation. There is some evidence that the colonists were suffering from malnutrition before the apparent abandonment of the settlement. An analysis of the skeletons found at the site showed that many of them had serious dental problems, which is consistent with a diet that lacked essential nutrients. A third theory is that the colonists were killed or enslaved by a group of Spanish explorers. There is some evidence that the Spanish were searching for the lost colony and may have attacked it. However, there is no conclusive evidence that the Spanish were responsible for the disappearance of the colonists. Today, only about 10% of the original colony's land remains. Over the years, excavations have uncovered some artifacts from the colony, such as a copper kettle and a silver pendant. Archaeologists continue to search for clues to this day. And in 2022, they found a coin that may have belonged to one of the settlers. The mystery of what happened to the lost colony of Roanoke continues to fascinate people today. It's one of the most enduring mysteries of the early colonial period and has inspired countless books, TV shows, and movies. Thanks for watching.